Good morning. I'm Betty Fox, Director of Philanthropy and Community Engagement for OneWest, and I'm proud to serve as your mistress of ceremonies this morning. It's hot out here, so we're going to get this show on the road, right? The work we do at OneWest is made possible through the generosity of donors and partners like many of you that are here today, and we thank you for that. You'll hear more about the incredible work that we do at OneWest as we go through this ceremony. Today, we continue to celebrate this long-awaited and joyful occasion, the grand opening, dedication, and street unveiling of the honor in honor of the late Honorable John Michael Brown, affectionately known as J. Michael, who was a trailblazing attorney, veteran, and public servant. So through this dedication, we ensure his spirit continues to uplift and inspire generations to come. So today is more than a ribbon cutting ceremony, as you almost know. Today is the revitalization of a vision rooted in resilience, justice, and the unshakable belief that the West End of Louisville deserves to thrive not someday, but right now. So we are gathered here in the heart of the Russell neighborhood to honor not just a building, but what it represents. It represents opportunity, it represents ownership, and it represents a legacy. So let's begin with a welcome from the chairman of the board from OneWest, John McCarthy. He will be followed by Reverend Dr. Kevin Cosby, St. Stephen Baptist Church, my minister, who will lead us in prayer. Thank you. And then a dedicated champion for equity and revitalization in Louisville, our very own Mayor Greg Greenberg will follow. So let's go ahead and let's get started.
Thank you, Betty, and thank you to everyone for being here today. We welcomed you to this celebration of a great man and the honor that were bestowed on him to be part of this revitalization effort for OneWest. You know, OneWest is a community-focused, not-for-profit organization that supports, connects, uplifts neighborhood residents, involving them directly in West End's commercial renaissance. We do this by securing funding, facilitating community connections, and providing workforce training. You know, I said this to some of the family members. My interactions with J. Michael Brown is a man of a few words, but those words were very effective, always. And so I am really greatly humbled to be here and to be part of this opportunity. But most of all, we welcome all of your all's communication, collaboration, as we work together to make Louisville the greatest city in America. And so, and we can't do that unless all communities within our community are rising up. So thank you all very much for being here. And let's have a word of prayer from Reverend Cosby. Thank you very much.
Let us pray together. Our Lord, we know that in our world there are some people who make things happen, who watch things happen, and then after it happens, ask what happened. Thank you for OneWest. They don't watch things happen, they make things happen. Thank you for the spirit of OneWest, who believes that West Louisville is not a place to leave, but a place to live. And a place to live because it's a place to love. May the spirit of J. Michael Brown be present among us, a spirit that of vision, that saw possibilities and looked beyond what is and imagined what can be. Give us all imagination as we close out the first half of a new year, of this year. May the second half of this year be exceptional. In your name, amen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cosby, and good afternoon, everyone. It is wonderful to be with you all here today for this incredible celebration, and there is so much to celebrate. First, want to start by thanking Yvonne and the entire team at OneWest. It is an honor to be here to celebrate 10 years of progress, 10 years of hard work, 10 years of working to improve West Louisville in ways large and small that the community is seeing now and still is really just beginning to see. To think about some of the great things that are going on. When I was here about a week or so ago touring 18th Street with Yvonne to see the impact of OneWest, you can see the positive impact it's having. People from all over the country. When we walked into the restaurants on 18th Street, it was a great combination of locals from around Louisville and people from all over the country that when they come to visit Louisville, they're now coming to West Louisville because of some of the great restaurants that are right here on 18th Street. And I know things are just beginning. It's also a great day to celebrate, and it's so fitting that it's the 10th anniversary celebration for OneWest because last night, Councilman Ken Herndon and his colleagues passed our annual budget for Louisville Metro government. And I am so proud. And I'm so proud of some of the things that I proposed and that Metro Council has supported and some things that were amended that are going to continue to move West Louisville forward, that are going to continue the significant investment that I strongly support as mayor in West Louisville. Things like over $1 million for OneWest so that it can continue its great work right here in West Louisville. Important investments like the first ever investment in the William J. Simmons Foundation to support Simmons College and their new STEM campus right here in West Louisville. That's $1.5 million. To continue our progress to redevelop Shawnee Park, to continue to improve that with the Shawnee Outdoor Learning Center in partnership with some state dollars money. We are going to continue to invest in projects large and small in West Louisville because we want to continue this great trajectory that we're seeing here as well. So Yvonne, in honor of the 10th anniversary of West Louisville, and no, we are just yet beginning, but you all have accomplished so much. It is my great honor to honor West Louisville, OneWest on behalf of the entire city of Louisville. Congratulations. And it's also incredibly wonderful, and it's a great honor to be here to honor the legacy of J. Michael Brown. Someone who I got to know later in his life, and I did not know nearly as well or as long as many of you here, particularly his family. But our short relationship was incredibly impactful. Even though we did not know each other well, I asked J. Michael to be incredibly involved in my transition team when I was first elected mayor. And Ms. Brown, to you and your family, I cannot tell you how much that his impact on me, my learnings that I had in our short time together, what the positive impact that was. And the progress that we've made in our community since becoming mayor, where now this year our shootings and homicides are down over 30% just over last year because of so many things that the city has done. Where we're working together to improve LMPD and continuously improve and reform that organization to be more engaged with the community, to be more effective, to prevent violent crime from happening before it does. A lot of the actions that I've taken, a lot of the decisions I've made were because of the conversations that I had with J. Michael during that transition period when he gave me his great thoughts based on his incredible years of public service to our city and to our state. For that, I will be eternally grateful. He is truly a wonderful man who I know most of us, all of us, will never forget. So it is my great honor also I know we've got many honors for J. Michael today, but I also want to have another proclamation honoring the life and legacy of J. Michael Brown. Thank you all very much, and I know it's 10 years of celebration for OneWest, but there is so much more work to do. We have great momentum in West Louisville. We have great momentum going all across the city, but we have to keep working, keep investing, keep making progress to make West Louisville and all of Louisville safer, stronger, and healthier. Congratulations, and thank you all very much.
I just want to say thank you all for being here. Oh, Val, thank you. My name is Yvonne Smith, and I am the CEO of OneWest, but I am standing on the shoulders of Woody Porter, who helped to start OneWest, Steve Poe, who's not here today, who's been instrumental in helping us as a board member, and several others. I can't name everybody, but I want you all to look around. Today represents everything that J. Michael Brown was about. He would call me, check on me. I would be able to ask him questions about how to move and how to strategize. He was that legacy leader. And so I thought it was only fitting that a project in community and the community that he loved be representative of him. I want you all to also look around at the diversity here today. That's how he was. He touched people across multiple cultures. I want to recognize the sheriffs that are over there I want you all to understand that they're here because they love J. Michael Brown. So all of us, no one has a corner on love, but we all can come together in love over commonalities. So I'm very happy that you're all here today. I want to recognize our board members. Please stand up if you're here. It doesn't get done without you all, and we thank you so much. Our champion over here, he's amazing. John McCarthy is everything you would ask for in a very, very proactive chair. I won't be long, but I just have to ask our staff to wave their hand. They're most over there. They are amazing. This is a labor of love. So many of you, we do it with a very small staff. A lot of organizations grow wide and they put their money in staffing up. Many of our partners have been working with us, and they understand that we keep a small team because sustainability is important. We don't want to get real large and then have to downsize and back and forth. We have been lean for 10 years, and we're hopeful to move beyond lean and struggling to where we're really able to address all of our opportunities with a very comprehensive team that's experienced and capable. But I do want our partners to stand up. I would love for Renee from the city, Christy McCravey, who's amazing, and my soror. I'd love for all of you all that are here. Miss Laura Gabrowski from the city, she's amazing. And Helen, stop looking down. We see you. And Marilyn, where's Marilyn? I didn't see her come in. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. I wanted to also recognize, my mentor is here. I have to always recognize her. Val, raise your hand. 20 years, the only person I knew from Kentucky when I came here. But listen, that's who taught me Excel spreadsheets. She's awesome. But we just want to say thank you. We're going to, when we finish the recognition and honorary ceremony, we want to have you go over to the building. But please just bear with us just a couple more minutes. I'm going to ask our board member, Mother Dreamer, to please present Mrs. Brown with her flowers and a small token of our appreciation this morning.
So we want to thank those state troopers for being here with us. Thank you all very much. She whispered in my ear to correct that, so that's what I did. And then Val and I have something in common. We're twins. We have the same birthday. Hello, happy birthday. So put it on your calendar, October the 24th. Okay, so there we go. So now it's time for this dedication. So next we will take a moment to honor J. Michael Brown's life of service. And we are privileged to hear from Charles Booker, who's the Director of Faith and Community Service, as well as Chad White, Deputy Commissioner of the Kentucky State Police, who will present acknowledgments from Governor Andy Beshear. Then we will hear from Brunhilla Currington. She will be providing remarks from Senator Gerald Neal. Yvonne will come up and she'll present something special again to the family. Thank you all for being here, and we are great and excited to hear from Mr. Matthew Brown, who will be representing the Brown family and who will provide a few words. So can we get Charles Booker and Chad White up to the podium? Thank you all.
I always like to center the moment, and I count it a high honor that I get to speak in the footprint of a giant. And although he was a man of few words, when he did speak, it did reverberate, and that man caused good trouble. And if you know anything about me, I'm striving to cause some good trouble, so I'm gonna honor him just for a moment. And it's a privilege. It's a tribute. It is a deep responsibility to celebrate our giants, our trailblazers, our ancestors. It's always the right time to do it. But it is particularly urgent that we do it today. None of this is a mistake. It's a long time coming, and you all know J. Michael doesn't want applause. He didn't do the work he did because he wanted praise, but it's important that we recognize him because he's talking to us right now. J. Michael Brown would always be that voice to say, okay, as much progress as we're making, what more can we do? And in the spirit of a remarkable leader, I would call on us to celebrate him, but to ask ourselves, what more can we do? To celebrate him, but to not be satisfied. because I've seen him blaze the trail throughout his career in being a legal advocate, serving our community, being a voice for change, even if it meant he had to make some history. From working here in our city to going to the halls of government to fight in the Attorney General's office and to lead in administration after administration, being that voice of truth, being that beacon. There would be no Juneteenth celebration without J. Michael Brown. There would be so many losses if it wasn't for his voice saying, wait a minute, you're not seeing us. Hey, Governor, you missed that. And I'm grateful because I know we need that now. OneWest, and I'm proud to be here honoring OneWest because I was part of the Bingham Fellow class that helped to create OneWest. And so this is a full circle moment for me, and I'm asking myself the question I believe you all should ask as well. How do we go further? How do we honor his legacy even more? How do we do even deeper work? Because for all the great work that's going to come from OneWest, we know there are a lot of people that are still blocked out. There are a lot of folks that are still deprived of opportunity, that are falling in the blind spot. So, J. Michael, thank you, brother. And to the family, thank you for giving him to us. Thank you for sharing him. He's still telling us to not be satisfied. And I'm committing to do my part, and I know you will too. Let's honor him today, and let's keep fighting to make Louisville everything we deserve for it to be.
Good morning. I am Chad White. I'm Deputy Commissioner with the Kentucky State Police, and I'm here for two purposes. One, I'm here on behalf of Governor Beshear, who I think a lot of people know had a long work history with J. Michael Brown, but also a long friendship with him as well. And he'd really like to be here today, but he already had some previous engagements that he couldn't get out of. But he has signed, and I'm here to present an acclamation to commemorate this day from the governor. So, and I won't read all of it, but it'll be here for you to read, thankfully. But I want to present this on behalf of Governor Beshear to the family of J. Michael Brown. Thank you. I'm also here not just for that, but I'm also here on behalf of the Kentucky State Police. We, and people around me have heard say this before, we are big J. Michael Brown fans at the Kentucky State Police. And I am personally, and I'll make this quick, but I met him 15 years ago when he was Secretary of the Justice Cabinet. And to tell just a real quick story, to tell you a little bit about him, I was a new captain, and that summer we had the World Equestrian Games there in Lexington that August. And somehow I'd gotten the job of driving J. Michael around on a golf cart throughout these events. And if you've been to the horse park, it's a big place. You'd think that might be a little stressful, but with him, if you've ever been around him, you don't get stressed out around, or you didn't get stressed around J. Michael Brown. He would just put anybody at ease. But the one little issue we had was it was a day about as hot as today, and our golf cart had a front and back seat, and we would be driving along, and he'd be like, hold on, stop. And there would be workers there carrying trays, carrying bags, and he would tell them, get on the golf cart, get on the golf cart. So at times I was driving this golf cart around with 5 or 6 people on it as we hauled them from destination to destination. But that, to me, that just is that's the kind of person he was. It's just a genuinely nice person. And so, but a reason as an agency we are big fans is because he was very good to the state police, and we will benefit from his contribution for years to come because he's the primary reason that we have an academy out there on Crawford Tree Road in Frankfort. Before that, some of us older guys over there, our academy was the second floor of a headquarters building, which was an old Ramada Inn. It was somewhere to sleep. It had no training facility. By the time he was done as Secretary of the Justice Cabinet, we have brand new buildings on a 300-acre facility there in Franklin County, and it's beautiful. It's one of the nicest things we have, and we owe really, like I said, he was the person that got us that property and made that possible, and we won't forget that, and we won't forget the contributions he's made to the Kentucky State Police. So I want to thank his family for the little bit of time that we had and assistance we had from J. Michael Brown.
The senator could not be with you, but I do have these words to offer from him. Although I cannot be with you today, I want to extend my sincere appreciation to the entire OneWest team and to each of you gathered in celebration of this important moment. 10 years ago, OneWest was founded with a vision that grew from necessity. For far too long, West Louisville was excluded from the kind of meaningful investment that improves lives and creates opportunity. Communities were overlooked. Promises were made and never fulfilled. OneWest changed that conversation. It did so by making the community the priority rather than an afterthought. From its earliest days, OneWest focused on empowering people who live here. It brought together neighbors, local business owners, and community leaders. It created a platform whose ideas could take root and grow. It also would reflect development, the values of people who call this place home. I supported OneWest from the beginning because it reflected the principles I have always worked to behold and uphold. Justice requires access. Access requires investment. Investment must be done in partnership with the people who it intends to serve. This is how you build something that lasts. The renovation of 526 South 18th Street is a significant achievement. It will now serve as a place where community members can organize, learn, and grow. It will provide a foundation for further progress. It will stand as a reminder that persistence and cooperation can produce outcomes. The event also carries with it a deeper meaning as we dedicate this space in honor of the late J. Michael Brown. Michael was a dedicated public servant and a trusted advisor. His career spans law, justice administration, and public policy. He broke barriers not for recognition, but because he believed that all people deserved equal treatment and respect. I worked alongside him in many chapters of his public life. I first saw the depth of his character and the seriousness with which he approached every operation. Naming this building in his honor is not only appropriate, it is deeply meaningful. His life reflected the very ideals that OneWest works to advance. He believed in fairness. He believed in service. He believed that no community should be forgotten or left behind. He lived by those beliefs every day. This dedication is not only about memory, it is about purpose. It is about recommitting ourselves to the work that remains. It is about recognizing the challenges that persist and the responsibility we share to confront them. OneWest has never claimed to have all the answers. What it has done is to stay the course. It has listened. It has partnered. It has remained rooted in the idea that change must be led by those who are closest to the need. To the OneWest team, your dedication is noticed. Your efforts are felt, and your leadership matters not only here in Louisville, but across our Commonwealth. You are providing a model for how communities can move forward through cooperation, planning, and sustained action. To the family and loved ones of Mr. Brown, please accept our gratitude for sharing him with all of us. His impact will continue. His name will carry forward through the lives that touch the work done here. To all gathered today, I thank you for making this occasion with the seriousness and respect that it deserves. May this building be a place of purpose. May it serve those who need it most, and may it always stand as a symbol of what can be accomplished when people come together to do the best for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, we would not be here today without the hard work of our construction team. David and Overflow Construction, where's that team? I think they went back across the street. Okay, they have been phenomenal, and we are appreciative of all their work. On our team, our construction manager is Jared Davidson. And Jared, please give him a hand. Jared is amazing. He came on our team about, are we up to 2 years yet? Year and a half. And he has been diligent and working hard. And he's overseen this project to the level that it is today. And we are deeply, deeply appreciative. I want to thank the mayor. Mayor, we know your position is not an easy one. The mayor and I share the development world, and many of you may not experience this, but some of these projects, like the one that we have over here, have as many as 4 and 5 different sources of funding in them. That's not easy to navigate. And you got a lot of people and a lot of timelines that you're dealing with. And sometimes you fall out of line. And that happens. You lose some money and you got to find some other money. And then sometimes you have a COVID. And you have to start all over, and your prices have gone up, and so you got to figure that out. But with this community, and I moved here from North Carolina to do this work, with this community, even though we've had the tough stuff to deal with, we've come together to make it work. And I just want to thank you for understanding our challenges and working with us and having patience. And I thank you for the meetings you've allowed us, because I know, and I hope everyone else here knows, it is not easy. On top of that, I want to say thank you, Dr. Cosby, as a fellow HBCU graduate. Thank you for the work that you do, because every year we get a Simmons College intern, and they come in and they do good work. And we are very blessed to have them. We thank you for what you do in the community. We know that you're making great moves, and that's necessary. It's not always easy, but what we have to all continue to do is work together. All right. Matthew, you want to come up? And Matthew, thank you for working with us and for your patience and for getting your family out here today.
How y'all doing? My dad was a public speaker, not me, so bear with me. I'd like to thank the City of Louisville and OneWest for this tremendous opportunity to honor my father's legacy. He lived in the hearts of so many people because he helped so many people, but to have his legacy in brick and mortar, that's truly wonderful. And something that you didn't have to do, and I'm glad that y'all did it, and I'm glad that everybody is here to experience that and to speak on your behalf. Anybody who knew my father knew him for 3 things. It was crisis management, which might be number 1, public service, and helping people. And I think that this building and this opportunity capsulizes everything he was about. Our family spent a lot of time in the West End, 1840 West Hill Street. So to have this building in the West End truly kind of brings everything full circle for our family. And just want to say thank you once again. And the love that my father had for all of y'all feels reciprocated today. We appreciate that.